All right, so guys, I took a little break from the YouTube channel, but I am going to be back posting content more regularly, especially in the next couple of weeks, because there's some exciting news basically happening in terms of the sort of transition that we've taken with the business, what we're focusing on now versus what we did in the past. And I think one of the biggest things was insights and understanding, right? So I've been in the space about 7 years now. I've done the marketing agency thing, did the mentorship thing, and the new sort of space that we're in right now is exciting. It's different, it's unique, and there's not really any quote unquote guru tapping into this market. And it's funny because it's contradictory to what they told me and probably you guys as well first getting into this space. You know, you've heard things like it's easier to keep a client than to get a new one. And then you sit down and you start asking yourself, then why aren't people creating programs and courses on how to keep clients? The one fundamental component that is directly related to results and client retention is fulfillment. Yet no guru puts themselves in the firing line and creates these resources, these infrastructures that fully focuses on agency owners and fulfillment. And once we saw that gap in the market, I guess it's a big risk. Why? Because this is 7 years of reputation that we're now putting on the line, but also because we are now directly responsible for the results that our clients generate, for the amount that they get paid, as well as the longevity in terms of partnerships that they keep with their client. But I think one of the biggest takeaways that I want you guys to have from this video isn't to bash another creator or bash another agency owner, but instead let the decisions be made from a fair point of view. You know, a lot of the times when we first get into this industry, we only go off the information that we know as opposed to the entire truth. So hopefully this video will give you guys the entire truth. I created like a 2-hour free training, but I wanted to add maybe a 5-10 minute segment in this video just to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, because I don't want to reiterate it to the point where you guys are going to watch it twice, but I want to give you guys enough context to really understand the bigger game at play here. Just ask yourself, if it's easier to keep a client than to get a new one, why aren't the exact gurus that you guys are buying these resources, courses, programs for teaching you that stuff? Fulfillment. It's the one thing that if you get right, a client will stay. If you're making a client 50K in the first month, they're not going to leave you. But instead, they're teaching you these DM scripts, these techniques to acquire new clients. They're teaching you how to stay in the cycle, not how to escape it. And once you guys actually tap into that level of understanding, the whole game changes. It's one of the biggest things that I really had to sit down and realize. It took me almost 12 weeks and an amazing team to rebuild exactly what we're going to be doing going forward, which is agency fulfillment. We are the literal gap between agency owners, higher charging pricing power, as well as retention to their clients. We are the exact reasons why our clients will succeed, but also the first point of contact to be blamed if they don't. And I think it's a crazy risk, but it's one that's super exciting because it means that we cannot drop below the standard that we have for ourselves. You know, you don't get 7 years in business by luck. You get 7 years in business by creating the best product on the market and ensuring that we're staying up to date with insights, trends, making sure that the clients that we work with are performing the best in their sub niche, in their categories, whatever the case may be. And I think this is what's going to be super exciting in the next couple of months. I think we're going to see a lot more people understand the importance of fulfillment. Because think about it, you know, when you first go into SMA, what do they tell you? It's super easy, you sign a client. Now this is the key, you outsource the work. But if our goal is to charge more and to keep clients, why are we outsourcing that aspect of it? It's so funny. Why? Because it's hard. Like I said, I don't want to tap into too much of that insight because I want to include an extract of that free training at the end of this video just so you guys can really conceptualize what it is that I'm saying. But the point of the matter is this: they're telling you one thing, but they're not solving the problem of it. They're telling you it's easier to keep a client, yet they're teaching you, they're giving the fundamentals on how to acquire clients. That doesn't make sense to me. If that is the fundamental thing that is going to help you keep and charge more, why aren't they solving that problem for you? Think about it, guys. It's insane. So I think once I had that conversation with myself and then secondly my team, we realized like, hey, there's no one in the market that is positioning themselves as the solution to client retention and pricing power. But at the same time, there's no one that is brave enough to do it. Because like I said, we are the reason why our clients are going to succeed, but we're also going to be the point of contact to why we fail. So I think it's going to be an amazing journey and I want to document absolutely everything for you guys to see. And I think what we're going to be doing in the next 6 to 12 months is going to be revolutionary. I think it's going to open a lot of eyes to agency owners because it's not enough to just outsource the work. You need to make sure that you're solving revenue-driven problems, and you guys will get paid in accordance to that, because the lead gen problem might only be a 2K solution, a 1.5K solution. But if you can replace an entire sales team with an AI sales agent, saving them hundreds of thousands of dollars in salary, in commission, in training costs, now that's how you get to the 8, 10, 15K upfront charging ticket prices. So that's the type of insights that I want to start, dropping on this channel. How do you go from lowering your price point and increasing the ridiculousness of your guarantee to seem more competitive, to now solving high revenue driven problems using AI, using automations, using softwares, all that sort of good stuff, guys. So if you're in a position right now where you're struggling to charge more than 2K a month, you can't keep clients for more than 2-3 months, then this is going to be the challenge, not even the challenge, sorry, the channel for you guys. It's going to be the one thing that is going to keep absolutely no stone unturned. We're going to be going into the nitty-gritty insights, and it's really going to just change your perspective on what you thought you knew about running an SMMA business in 2024. Well, just before we transition into 2025. And if you guys have any sort of questions, don't hesitate to let me know. But that being said, guys, I don't want to ramble on too much. I'm going to leave the extract that I'm talking about right here after this clip. And if you guys did want that full free training, I think it's about an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, comment the word, I don't know, insights, and then leave your IG handle and I'll send it over on IG as well for you guys. It's going to be about 5-10 minutes long. I'll see you guys on the other side. The process is not broken, but it's breaking. What do I mean? The quality of information you are acquiring is the problem. The problem arises when people do not vet the quality of solutions they are seeking, meaning despite switching the offer, the service, the niche, or the outreach, the result is still the same. Let me prove it to you. You've got this video here, scaling an agency to 10 to 100K in 2024, how I scaled my SMMA to 10K a month, how to scale your agency to 10K a month, how to scale from 1K per month to 10K a month, how I built a 10K per month SMMA in 30 days. And the craziest thing about all these videos being posted months and years apart is this. You already know what they're going to tell you to do. I want you guys to, I wish this was like a stream so I can have your comments live, because I know for a fact you know exactly what they're going to speak about in that video. You have videos that were posted 4 years ago, videos that were posted a month ago, talking about these exact same concepts. And the funny thing is, the value that they give in the video is exactly the same. They're going to tell you to pick one niche and don't change it. They're going to tell you to find a service to sell, which will probably be Facebook ads, leads, work with local businesses. They'll tell you to do outreach. Very, very bland and very, very broad. Do outreach, send DMs, send emails, cold call. Number 4, they'll say outsource the work to a media buyer when you sign a client. And then number 5, they'll say post content, which is a relatively new one. I have to give them that. And number 6 is repeat. That's it. That's what every single person tells you to do, which is crazy to me. I heard the exact same thing 6.5 years ago. Those YouTube videos gave you information. Those courses gave you information. Those interviews gave you information. Those podcasts gave you information. Those gurus gave you information. You don't need more information. You need answers. How many times are you guys going to fall for the trap of the new thing, when in reality, if you sit down and look at the YouTube videos that you watched at the start of your journey, whether it was 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago in my case, versus to the ones that you're seeing today, what has actually changed? What new insight have you guys actually gained? If it's not a new script, if it's not a new framework, these are just buzzwords that they use to cover the phenomenon that, hey, we're just going to keep you in the cycle. Because if they're providing immediate value to you guys, who do you think you guys are going to go to when it comes to actually solving the problem? If they release a new course, if they release a new program, if they release a new mentorship, reciprocity. They're giving quote unquote value when in reality it's not. But you guys now feel obligated to spend your hard-earned money with them because you guys now feel like, hey, this guy's provided a lot of value to me. I've just proven that's not the case. 6.5 years ago was the exact same value I am receiving today. That's scary to me. But yeah, anyway, guys, before I go on a little rant, you guys need answers, like I said. But first, I want to ask you one thing, right? Let's do question time. Let's do question time. Like I said, you guys are going to have a bit of fun with these memes. But I've got a question for you guys in all seriousness. Why is there 101 courses and programs focused on acquisition or sales, but not on the aspects responsible for increasing pricing potential or your client's LTV? Why does every guru focus on teaching you how to make 10K a month, but not teach you how to sustain that? Why does every guru want you to focus on the front end acquisition and initial ROI, not the actual ROI? Someone answer that for me. I'm gonna give you guys about 10 seconds. Once again, this is why I wish this was a little stream so we can go back and forth and just hear you guys' ideas and answers, but I'll give you guys a bit of grace. Done? Anyways, let's continue. From my boy Cedric giving us a little drum roll. When you sign a client under the provision of a so-called guru, who gets the glory and praise? From my experience, it's their script, it's their strategy, their resource that is responsible for you guys signing that client. Yet, when you lose the client before you reach the 3 month mark, who gets the condemnation and left to pick up the pieces? It's your fault. You're incompetent and you lack the experience to keep them. That doesn't sit right with me. That makes zero sense because when you win, it's because of them. When you lose, it's your fault. So they can't lose because they teach you to achieve the metrics and variables people value and think success is predicated on acquisition and sales. Then you're left to figure out the rest. I'm going to say that again, guys, because they teach you to achieve the metrics and variables people value, which is the numbers, and they think or they let you think that success is predicated on acquisition and sales. Then you're left to pick up the pieces and figure out the rest. So what's hey, if you guys have seen this video, I might even add this video into the VSL. Like I said, this is my bread and butter, creating these value assets. I don't like to sit down and just talk to you guys. I actually want to make it enjoyable. But if you guys haven't seen this film or this scene in this movie, I might add a little section here, but it's hilarious. But anyway, most of you guys are probably itching now, thinking, what's this one insight, Shamal? What is this thing that you're talking about? Because you're speaking to me here. You're talking about selling a commoditized service for less than 2K, being stuck in that cycle. You're speaking about the idea that I keep trying to acquire new information, but that's not solving the problem. You're speaking about the fact that when I work with these so-called gurus, they're getting all the praise, yet the reality of my situation is I get the acquisition and sales, but I can't actually keep these clients. The one insight is fulfillment. It's that simple. It's fulfillment. I can end this video here and it's going to change your perspective, but I want to dig a little bit deeper here, guys. It's easier to keep a client than to go and acquire a new one. We have heard this saying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. So why is that not evident in the things that you guys are seeing, listening, hearing on a daily basis? Once again, let's go back to question time. This is the question of the day. If that truly was the case, why is that not the fundamental thing people are preaching and teaching? Someone answer that for me. If we're talking about it's easier to keep a client than to acquire a new one, why is every course, program, and mentorship focused on acquisition? Hey, I'm going to help you sign your next 5, 10 clients. Hey, I'm going to help you scale to 10, 15K a month. But you guys are telling me it's easier to keep one instead of acquiring one, yet you're teaching me to acquire one and not keep one. That doesn't make sense. Let's continue. The answer is simple. Number one, to keep a client is hard. Number two, the responsibility of success would be predicated on the quality of their product. If they were focused on helping you guys keep clients, that means the direct relationship between keeping a client and their product would mean them being in the middle. So if you guys lose a client, have to refund a client, don't get results for the client, it would be their fault. That's too much risk. Their product would be the variable determining whether or not you keep a client. It's way too risky, and it's way safer to solve a problem that provides an immediate ROI and gratification than to be responsible for the actual ROI. I'm going to say that again, guys. It is way safer for these so-called gurus to solve a problem that provides an immediate ROI and gratification than to be responsible for your actual ROI. And this is the definition of these two things. The definition of the immediate ROI is the ROI achieved today, aka if you sign a client, that's the immediate ROI. The actual ROI will be achieved tomorrow at the end of the partnership with the client. And most of you guys are in a position where you're signing these clients for 2K, 3K, whatever the case may be. You go and you plan to do it for 3 months. Most of you guys never get to the 3 month mark. You probably have to refund the client. You probably have to do a partial refund or do something. That's your actual ROI. Whether it's an unhappy client, whether it's a bad review, whether it's a poor testimonial, whether it's poor results, that is your actual ROI. Not this so-called 3K that you signed the client for today, what does your life look like? Or what does the success of your business look like tomorrow? At the end of the partnership with your client, was it successful? Did you sign them on for 6 months, 8 months, but you only managed to do 2? That's the reality of the situation here. We are no longer hiding behind the fact that, hey, we don't want to put ourselves in the firing line. We're helping agencies solve fulfillment problems to charge more and keep clients longer. Ladies and gentlemen, agency fulfillment. I'll see you guys on the other side.